So when it comes to whatever Marvel Studios has as a bigger idea that they're going towards, we can always see that there's a few things in each single film that comes out, or even TV series now, that's building up towards the bigger picture. Now James Gunn talks a little bit about the mandates that have been made for his projects in regards to the MCU, and, well, he has a surprising revelation here. So of course we hear all the time that Marvel Studios is one of these companies where you have to do exactly what you're told and you have no freedom. Now, all the people directly involved with all the properties, like the actual directors and the cinematographers and everybody, says otherwise. They say, no, you are very much making your own project. There's just restrictions because they don't want you going off and doing insane things that don't make sense. You know, pretty much like every film you're hired to make ever. You have to play within the constraints of what you're told and what you're hired for. So James Gunn was asked recently in regards to, well, what exactly did Marvel Studios mandate for him to do, if anything? And he said that when it came to the original Guardians, first and foremost, they said, put Thanos in there and come up with a story for the Infinity Stones. Other than that, don't worry about it. You can do your own thing. And we can largely see that's exactly what happened with Guardians 1. Thanos has a presence, the Infinity Stones get explained in that quick little scene, and they literally just move on to the rest of the film, ignoring all of that. It was just the basis of, hey, let's lay down the foundation of what these stones are and why Thanos, big bad. We'll get to it when we get to it. And this isn't the first time James Gunn has kind of, said something like this. And of course, people still don't believe him, but I don't see why. Like, what exactly does he gain from lying to people, right? Yes, Marvel Studios, like anybody, like literally anybody, like DC, for example, is going to be like, hey, Matt Reeves, that Batman movie, you can't do this, but do anything else. Oh, also, maybe we want you to mention this over here because we got some ideas for down the road. Go. That's exactly how they did it with everything else. That's what they did with Man of Steel, literally. They were like, hey, let's put the, Wayne logo in there on that rocket, and then we'll see if anything happens. Let's put the LexCorp building in the back, and we'll see what happens. It's the same thing. You just want a little world building. You want things that can pay off down the road. It's been this way for as long as most of us have honestly been alive with these comic book films. So it's really not surprising that James Gunn says, no, besides a couple mandates, this is all they really had me do. It's these couple things that would eventually pay off, which we know they did. Thanos and the Infinity Stones in the Avengers films. That was always going to be sort of the end goal the moment that Thanos showed up at the end of Avengers. So it kind of made sense that they wanted these pieces at least somewhere to start building up the bigger mystery.